alive! It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Dominic Lawton can be wild. Welcome to the bad movie cult. Dominic Lawton can be wild. Welcome to the bad movie cult.
Hello and welcome to the Bad Movie Cult podcast, where each week we guide you through a film step by step, and at the end we decide if it's good enough or bad enough to be inducted into the Bad Movie Cult. I am your host, Dominic Lawton, and with me is Mr. Ken B. Wild.
Bonjour, bonjour Dominic, bonjour mes amis.
Okay.
C'est un épisode serré en français.
Bonjour, c'est l'orange.
Je suis désolé, pardon. Il ne parlait pas français.
This week, it's the start of a new month, and we're kicking it off in style, in French style.
Comme ci, comme ça.
We are covering the 1990 Eric Carson film, Angel Town.
Come on, right here, man! Go get him, man! Go get him!
Angel Town.
Los Angeles, L.A., City of the Angels, Angel Town, place where a stranger can forget the past and start a new life, a place where they understand turf,
What's up with you, man? What you doing in my hood?
tradition,
Please, for me, for your grandmother.
rage,
We're not as offensive, huh?
courage, love,
La mamita.
hate,
I'm gonna kill him! I'm gonna kill all of them!
hope.
Who are you?
Angel Town, a place where he searched for a future and found it in his past. Angel Town, its history is written in pain.
Don't mess with me.
The names and the claims are on the wall, and legends live forever. Olivier Gruner, Teresa Saldana, Frank Aragon, Tony Valentino, Angel Town.
Wow. I like that it's a place where they understand turf.
Yes, they do.
Like a garden centre.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I tell you what about this film. I fucking love this film.
How did you even find this film?
This was everywhere. You know, I said the same about the Stone Cold video, didn't I? The VHS.
Yeah.
This was fucking everywhere. This was probably next to the Stone Cold one in every shop ever. It was fucking great. This was on the back of the Van Damme, what was it called? Fucking Obsession.
Yeah, I mean, this is a blatant Van Damme vehicle that he declined, which is true.
Oh.
This was offered to him, and he didn't want to do it, so they got Olivier Gruner in. Directed, produced by Eric Carson. He directed Black Eagle, which is the Sho Kosugi film with Van Damme in it.
Yeah.
And Opposing Force, which has got Tom Skerritt, which is Dallas in Alien, and Richard Roundtree.
Yeah, the Shaft.
Yep.
The Shaft himself.
And he also produced Lionheart, which is the JCVD film. I've got a plot for you, Ken.
Gruner was involved in that as well.
He was, yeah.
Yes, he was the location scout, wasn't he?
Yeah,
he got them access to the African.
He did, yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's an ex-French Marine, isn't he?
He certainly is. You see, he's got previous. He's got some decent background, hasn't he?
Got a plot for you, Ken.
Please.
French exchange student and martial arts expert Jacques
Jacques.
utilizes his skills when he has to protect a landlord and her son from a gang of ruthless criminals in a rundown urban setting.
Oh, no.
Got some taglines?
Yes, please.
His justice is one-on-one.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought there was going to be more. Okay. I don't mind that. Is that it?
No, one more.
You want him?
Angel Town. Its history is written in pain. The names and the claims are on the wall, and legends live forever.
They said all that in the trailer. It didn't make sense then either.
What's the names and the claims are on the wall? Was that
I don't know. Maybe it's urban slang.
Wow. Some keywords.
Yes, please.
Martial arts.
Yeah.
Stick fight.
Yeah, okay.
Fist fight.
Yeah, there's a few of them.
Gang violence.
Oh, yes.
Revenge.
One-man
army.
Okay.
And of course, chop socky.
There it is.
Are you ready to crack into it, Ken?
Yes. Sacre bleu, oui, oui, oui.
What?
I don't know.
Got the strong sunshine, Angel Town. Your life's on the line, chased by a hungry hound. Ain't much mercy in Angel Town.
Great song to kick us off.
He's got his own theme tune, hasn't he?
It fucking does.
It's got a theme tune. It also looks like it's the Troma logo to open this film up. It's like the same sort of skyline. It looks, and it's got its own theme tune, which I believe is written by Gil Carson. I'm only going to guess it's the brother of Eric.
So the title track is sung by the band we see later in the film. So I'm guessing he's in that band.
Oh, because it did say the original music written and performed by Gil.
Yeah, it's the Hotheads is the band who sing it, and they are the band later, which we will get to. We get graffiti on buildings. We get lowriders with fluffy dice hanging off the rear view.
Mm-hmm. This is how it was back then.
Bandanas, bananas, sunglasses,
other stuff that's like your similar spellings.
Ethnic people. It's a real horror show for us whites, basically.
It's 3 minutes 48 seconds as well of that. It's the full song, and it's just somebody driving around and looking at stuff, and they're showing us. It is really, isn't it? It's like a white person's nightmare neighbourhood, this.
Yeah.
Yeah, we wouldn't be having any of that.
We are following a lowrider around, a guy in the front with a sort of scar on his cheek.
Yeah, I thought he was going to be one of the heroes.
Me too.
Yeah. But,
me too, Ken, me too.
But, that's what this film does. It twists your expectations.
Wow. We get two black guys on a stroll through the park together.
Yeah, just a couple of happy brothers. Yeah, just laughing and a joking.
Are they related?
I think so.
Oh. This gets noticed by a gang of Latinos.
Well, it was bouncy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You can't let that go, can they?
And they decide to go harass them with some of the great overdubbed chat straight out of Prometheus.
Yeah, this film, incidentally, with the Latino and the Hispanic characters, it's got so many essays.
And homes.
It's got more essays than high school and more homes than Sherlock. I wrote that down. I was really pleased with that. I'm really pleased, yeah. No, but it has, though. Everyone's an essay, and most of them are also homes. So, you can expect a little bit of that. Me and Tom might throw in a little bit of slang later on, so just make sure you're paying attention.
A fight breaks out and when we get the fight scene, it sort of turns into Anchorman, you know, when all the...
Yeah, where the fuck are these people coming from?
They all just turn up out of nowhere and we get a massive fight.
It looked to me in the middle of nowhere, didn't it, this
Yeah.
walk? We're just walking down a hill.
Yeah.
That's all they're doing, just like laughing and joking. And suddenly, four Latinos attack, and then there's like 20 black guys just running out of the bush.
Yeah.
Just like hedges and the woodland area of the world.
Then lowriders just screech into view.
Yeah, but not to be outdone. The Latino gangs turn up.
Yeah. One guy thinks, fuck this, pulls out a gun, starts shooting a few of them dead.
Yeah, one of them, as he's walking, I think one of the black guys is feeling his own dick
Yeah.
as he's walking, keeping it in check.
Yeah.
I don't know what he was thinking it was going to do if he wasn't, but yeah, he's holding on to it.
License to kill.
A knife gets pulled, and then...
Fancy going back to my place.
Very sharp. And then, yeah, a pickup truck full of Latinos turn up, and there's a massive fight. One of them runs back to the truck, grabs himself a machine gun, and then blindly fires into the crowd.
Yeah.
Although, you say blindly, but incredibly, he's only hitting black people.
Yeah.
Isn't he, with that gun? So well done to him. He's a much better shot than we give him credit for. The guy in the lowrider...
He's watching on, isn't he?
Yeah, he's just sat there. He smiles, and the scene ends. So there you go.
He's happy with all this.
Yeah, he seems to be, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And so there we go. So several people already dead, at least wounded, and we don't know why.
What it does is it sets the scene perfectly for a white Frenchman to come in and sort it all out. And we actually do indeed skip over to Paris, France.
Yeah, with a little bit of soft jazz to tell us.
Yep.
And it also tells us that it's in Paris.
Yeah.
In France.
Yeah. He couldn't look more fucking French if he tried it in this opening scene.
He could have the striped jumper on, couldn't he? And a beret.
Oh, that's some garlic around his
neck.
neck.
Exactly. So he could.
Yeah. It's our hero of the film. He's in a red convertible. It's Jock.
Jacques.
He's at the cemetery with some really unnecessary foley of him walking on the grass like he's walking on fucking crisp packets. It's like, fucking hell. He's gone to see the grave of his old man, which either means his dad or his penis.
Yeah, because he says, goodbye, old man.
Goodbye, old man.
I'm off to the USA to university.
He's off to college, and he states, I'm leaving France. And then what in the world is this? A woman turns up in a fur coat, sounding like the feather duster from Beauty and the Beast. She's so French.
Which makes it more weird that they're not speaking in French.
Yes,
with them both being French and in France.
Yeah,
instead they've just got French accents and speaking in English for our entertainment.
She's got a massive fur coat on, and she attempts to stop him from leaving by taking that coat off and revealing that she's totally naked in a cemetery.
Mm-hmm. And he can't resist. He did say, "No, what are you doing here? Please leave me alone." And then she gets her bloody vagina out, and he's all over it. And they have sex on his dead dad's grave.
On his dead dick's grave.
Which is lovely. Sacre bleu, monsieur.
Well, I'm going, old man.
I knew it. Jacques!
A university in the United States actually accepted me. What do you think of that?
Jacques, you bastard! Why are you running away like
No!
How could you do this? Tout ce que nous avons vécu ensemble. Comment est-ce que tu peux partir comme ça, hein? Pourquoi?
Ma petite, I thought we settled this last night. Why drag it out? It's hard enough on me as it is.
And what am I supposed to do with this while you're gone?
But he still doesn't stay. Men, huh?
Yeah, well, he doesn't have to anymore, does he? He stayed for what he needed.
Well, after that shot, we get the next shot, as films go. And it's him turning up for college, and he's 2 days late.
He is, yeah. Everybody in this college is like in their mid-30s. What the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
He's clearly like 30 years old.
Yeah.
Nobody's noticed. He's just enrolling first day at college.
He looks like a professor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, he's not anyway. Yeah, he's there. He's 2 days fucking late. And he says, yeah, he had something to take care of. That woman's vagina. Right, guys?
What's French for vagina, Ken?
Le muff.
He's off to see the dean, the wonderful dean of...
Yeah, he's a nice guy, so more on him in a bit.
He invites him to a party later that night. And then they send him off to live in student housing. He's specifically said he wants to live in student housing.
Yeah. He's on a scholarship, isn't he?
Yeah.
That's what he's all doing. That's what he's doing there. He's on a scholarship.
All the housing has been taken already because he's late, but you might be able to find something in the ghetto, says someone.
Says Elvis.
In the ghetto. We get a montage of Jacques
We'll get fucking letters after I incredibly spoke French at the beginning. You are dragging this right down.
Getting rejected from everywhere, forcing him to go to the rougher part of the ghetto. Doesn't seem too bad. You got kids attacking each other in the street, but at least there's a live band.
Yeah, well, it's what happens though, isn't it? Because all the adults are too busy playing the bongos.
One
They've got
guy-
a bongo street band.
Yeah, one guy's using a car as a drum. He's tapping away on the fucking motor, isn't he?
He's loving it.
Jack, he helps a child getting attacked as he has a flashback of the same thing happening to him as a kid.
Imagine that, literally the exact same thing happening to him. Not
Yeah.
even just something very similar. It was the exact same fucking scenario that's happened to him.
And the kid thanks him by saying, "What do you want? A fucking medal." Once he saves him.
Yeah, he's like, oh, mon Dieu.
Flips him the bird.
Yeah, he certainly does.
The bullies that were attacking the kid, he pays them to show him where a particular house is that has vacancies, and off he goes. Why not just live somewhere nice and travel in, Ken? Why not go live with Henry?
He hasn't got a car, has he? We don't know who Henry is yet, so you can't
He
just
does.
throw him. Yeah, but you can't throw him in. You've got to play the rules. The rules are, we don't know that character. Jesus, man.
Well, Dom and Ken turn up anyway to give him shit as he arrives at the house. I named these two Dom and Ken, not realising how important these two would be for the rest of the film. So they are Dom and Ken for the rest of the film. And I've put we look like shit. We're in baseball sneakers and high socks.
He's
Ken's like, "Hey, Holmes, where you going, SA?"
Yeah, I'll throw in essays and Holmes straight away. That's what I like.
I don't say anything. I'm dressed like Neo from The Matrix.
Yeah, this was standard gang dress back then. I think it still is, actually. I think if you have a look through all these films, they still wear the old check shirts, just buttoned up at the top, with a white shirt or vest underneath.
Do they wear these like big high socks in shorts?
So. I think so, yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and some of them wear like do-rags.
Oh my.
I know, yeah.
Well, Jake Quest he ignores them. And is that how you say it?
Jacques.
That's it. He ignores us.
Jake West.
He ignores us.
Sounds like a rapper. Jake West.
He ignores us and asks the old woman who answers the door if there are any rooms to rent.
She doesn't know what the fuck's going on, does she, this old woman?
She doesn't. Luckily, Brian May turns up.
It's Maria!
Ken tries to flirt with her, but
No.
she ignores him like every woman ever. Ken, you're wearing a check shirt today. Is that because of this film?
Yeah, Holmes. Yeah, I was writing an essay on Sherlock Holmes. You see, I can speak Latino.
Yeah.
Think.
Maria invites Jack inside so she can tell him they don't rent rooms.
To get
Haven't
out.
for years. So get the hell out of here.
Yeah. It's a bit weird, isn't it, this whole dynamic of this film?
Yeah.
Because, Maria, she's got a lot of hair, hasn't she?
She don't care, though.
She don't care, no.
This
But,
is the 90s.
it was
Just the 90s.
Just about, yeah. It's an anniversary of this. It's 35 years since this was made.
Oh, happy birthday.
Angel Town. Yeah, and anyway, yeah, she says, in you come. Now get out.
Yeah, now leave immediately.
Because we don't do rooms anymore, because,
Insurance.
we should have took that sign down, but we just never fucking have.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It would have been easy to do that. And come later on, you're surprised it is still there, seeing as everything else gets ripped to pieces. But it's still there, and it says, hello, come on in, if you're French.
Jack, he says that he will pay the insurance on the place if they let him stay there.
He, Jacques, actually promises Maria There won't be any trouble. I promise you. Those are the words he says. He could not be more fucking wrong, could he?
No.
Because there's trouble every fucking day from here on in, including this day.
Yeah.
So immediately. But fucking brilliant.
Well, they let him stay. She says thanks to him because as Ken says, he does promise there won't be any trouble, and she thanks him by pressing his pants for him for the big party tonight.
By that,
how does she know?
I think
that
it means
party?
ironing his trousers.
Let me press your pants.
She could press my pants any day.
Yeah, not touch his pants.
Yeah, just press them and expect something to come up. Yeah. At ease, soldier.
It looks like Dom and Ken live in an abandoned bus across the road.
Of course we do. We live in the life, aren't we?
Not much has changed, a bit too close to reality there. And they decide to go talk shit to him again as he walks to the party in his suit.
He looks lovely, doesn't he, in his suit?
It's a big fucking suit, that's for sure.
It's the 90s where everyone had a big suit on.
Ken makes fun of his accent, so Jack pulls a knife on us. Nice one, Ken.
Yeah, well, I didn't know he had a knife.
Yeah.
Holmes.
Onto the party. Bit of a dry
he says,
affair.
I think it's in the trailer, isn't it? Don't mess with me.
Sorry?
That's what he says.
Ah.
That was French.
Oh.
It was French for don't mess with me.
It's got to be said, there's some lines you just like, maybe one more time?
His accent. And considering what we're going to do at the end of this month really is accent fucking mental,
You know
isn't
what? There is some times in this where I thought he did sound like Tommy Wiseau.
Yeah, I did as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just the fucking way his voice rises and drops again. You just
weird.
think, that's the wrong part of the sentence. No, do it again. Yeah. No, but then again, he's a martial artist, so probably didn't want to, did he? Eric.
Yeah, fair
Eric
enough.
just let him get on with it.
It's a bit dry in here, isn't it, this party we're at? Fucking hell. It's in a library to start off with anyway. Everyone's drinking punch.
Yeah, the dean, anyway, he comes in, and he's a lovely man. He's meeting all the students.
Oh, no, this is Dr. Rice. This isn't the dean.
Oh, is it? I thought this was the dean.
No, different man. Oh, the dean is there, but Dr. Rice is the one who's a cunt.
Oh, right.
He's schmoozing about the place, telling kids their fathers didn't want them. That sort of shit.
Oh, right. I thought he was the dean.
No.
Yeah, right.
He heads over to Jock and welcomes him by calling him an intellectual imposter with a dead dick and a shit haircut.
Now then, where's our jock? Mr. Montaigne.
Dr. Rice?
Welcome to the engineering department. Now, I'm sure you've been told, but in case you haven't, you should know that I think you are an intellectual imposter. And I think that everyone else will know that before I'm through with you. I don't care what the Olympic Committee wants. You're in for a rough year, sir, and you'd better be prepared for it. Neanderthals should stay in the arena where they belong.
That's not where Neanderthals were.
No.
They didn't have an arena. Neanderthals didn't have the capability of building arenas.
No,
They
we
were
watched
before.
we watched the film Arena, and there was no Neanderthals. There was a bin with some fucking
there was a
goop in it.
bin with a spring on it, in it somewhere. But yeah, that was all.
Yeah,
Yeah. He's getting confused with Neanderthals and gladiators,
yeah.
isn't he? So, maybe who's the intellectual imposter now, Dr. Rice?
Yeah, he said all this, but Dr. Rice has already left.
Yeah, of course he has. Yeah, he's got shit to do, hasn't he?
Sarah Riker comes over now. She's a second-year environmental stress analysis student.
Excellent. I can't wait to hear more about her.
Yeah, she seems to have a prominent role in this film.
That's good. I look forward to seeing a lot more of her in this film.
Mr. Montaigne, Sarah Riker, second year environmental stress analysis, another structural trivia. I hope you didn't take any of that seriously.
Is he always that friendly?
That's nothing. When I was first introduced to him last year, he asked me how I was expected to bleed and think at the same time.
Pleasant fellow.
She tells him not to worry about Rice.
The food, or, of course,
Yeah.
the doctor.
As he does that to all the first years and asks him to escort her home. This must be the love interest, Ken.
He wouldn't last, would he? This Dr. Rice in the modern world.
I don't think so.
He would be fired instantly, wouldn't he, if he's walking around telling people their dads hated him, calling this guy a prick. He does this every year. He's like, what the fuck is he still doing here then?
Oh, that's all right then.
Yeah, he's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she says, what is it she said? I always have to find an escort back to my apartment. And it was like, why?
Probably because of all these fucking Mexican gangbangers driving around in lowriders.
Depends where she lives. We don't know at the moment.
This seems like right next to the ghetto, to be honest.
Yeah, he didn't have to go far then, did he, really?
No.
But yes, so I can't wait to hear more about her in the film.
Anyway, we head outside for some rock and roll. It's not Dragon Sound. It's not a new dimension of rock and roll, Ken, don't get me wrong.
Not quite, is it?
But the collection of idiots in this band is brilliant, is my note.
They're like the sort of people who would never meet.
Yeah, none of them look like they should be in the same band. You've got a drummer, a bass player, 3 guitarists, a keyboardist, and a bongo player.
Isn't there somebody on the fucking harmonica at some point?
Probably.
As well in this? You only really get like a 30-second snippet of it, but you get all of that all in one.
Yeah,
and it also looks like they're the dads of most of the people at the
party. The lead
party.
singer definitely does. The lead singer looks like he's cosplaying as 3 different lead singers from bands. Looks a bit like Meatloaf. He's got the gloves of Rob Halford and the haircut of fucking John Ritter from Three's Company.
So who the fuck has booked this band?
Fuck knows.
For this party? Is it a frat house party or something like that?
I don't think so.
There's something going on, isn't there? We don't know what the fuck's
it's
happening.
Like, I think the Dean's organised it. It's the guitarist has a beret. One's dressed like the killer from Slumber Party Massacre 2. One thinks he's in Pearl Jam. The keyboardist is from a New Romantics band, and the bongo player looks like a wrestler from the 80s.
So there we go. All good.
That sums it up. They're playing country rock music, and it's absolutely superb.
Well, I finally tracked you down in London. You said meet me in Paris town. But when I got to your chateau across the channel, my forwarding address was all I found. I've been running blue. My love for you has got me living out the running blues.
Yeah, I love a band in these films. Some of my favourite ones we've ever covered have got bands in them.
Always
This is
have a
up there.
live band.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you over there in America? Why do you not just have a fucking somebody who can press play on stuff?
Yeah.
You know, like we do over here. Somebody who plays agadoo and stuff like that, you know, and living on a prayer. You know, that kind of thing. Get the dance floor filled. But instead, no, you got a live band for every occasion. When it's not necessary. Go on, why not?
Yeah, you have a live band over here. Everyone's saying, bloody hell, spent some money on this. And you take the piss out of them for it.
Of course
But, you know,
do.
for trying.
Yeah. Over there, it's just the standard.
Who's got the keg? I think Chad bought it. You know, whatever you say over there.
Chad Hogan.
Chad Hogan, yeah.
No way. That guy's wasted.
Chad Hogan, brother. Unfortunately, we have to leave them to watch Jock and Sarah walk back to her place. And then a lowrider drives past, swears at everyone, drives through a party table that's inexplicably on the road.
Yeah, it's their own fault, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a stupid place to put that. They start fighting the kids at the party.
Yeah, I don't know why they thought that was a good idea. One of those, like, fucking college students thinks, I'm just going to go and punch one of those Latinos. Because it seems to be them that starts it. And they just runs over and just punches one of them in the face.
Yeah.
And you think, I don't know, there's 2 cars full of these guys, and one of them's got a fucking machine gun, so I'm not sure.
He's got an Uzi.
I'm not sure punching him is, like, you know, why would you think that?
Yeah.
Still, he does. He thinks this will be a good idea. And unfortunately, it isn't.
J.C. Quest joins the fight, but is outnumbered and beaten to the ground.
Yeah, he does a bit of special kicks, doesn't he? He's got a few special kicks, you know. It's the thing is, in this film, I don't know if this is the most, but it's definitely noticeable that it's the same guys are getting beaten up again and again.
Yeah.
And then they get back up and come again for another beating, and then they get knocked down and they think, right, I think I could probably beat him now. After 3 other attempts where I've failed, this is my time, and then gets knocked down again. But yeah, it's and it starts right here, which is great.
Yeah,
I didn't count them or anything, but it just seems to be the same people keep getting back in, giving another kick to the head.
Yeah, Ken's in the car, tells him to fight him, but doesn't actually leave to actually fight him. He just from a distance is like, "Come and fight me, Sherlock Holmes."
That's what happens in my essay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I wrote about.
Yeah.
I wrote about the fighting style of Latino gangs in my essay.
And they all jump back in the car and fuck off.
Yep, of course they do. You know, in case the cops come, or some nonsense, I don't know.
The student who got beaten up, he gets picked up, taken away. One of the students says to Jack, you ought to get those things registered.
Yeah, he's got some martial arts skills, all right.
Sarah says she better go with them, so he has to walk home alone. And that's the last time you see Sarah.
Yeah, still, she'll be back. Like, oh, no.
I assume she'd be like the romantic interest.
No, she's got other stuff to deal with, haven't she? Like, whatever the fuck her studying was. I think she's in it later on. She's in class later on.
Oh, yeah.
They're all in the same class for some reason, even though they're doing totally different things. He's just got there and she's in her second year, but they're all in the same class.
All in the same class.
We just don't know.
I don't even know what the fuck that class is about, to be honest, that he's in later.
We're not supposed to.
He stops to nod at army vet in a wheelchair.
That's Frank. Yeah, we'll meet Frank later on, but yeah, he does. Yeah, just a nod. Just look over the road. A little nod back.
Frank's got a American flag hanging from his house, and he's drinking from an American flag mug.
That's Frank. God bless him.
He's got Real American playing on his speaker system on loop.
He's wearing a bandana. He's got the Hulk Hogan bandana under his military cap.
Dom and Ken are back and have put fucking hell, we're idiots.
Yeah, here we go again.
Did we not see Jock beat the whole gang up earlier?
Well, this is our time though, Dom. Me and you. Let's take him.
Okay. We brought friends with us though.
Of course we have. Because we can't take him.
No. We attack Jack and drag him into the bushes.
Yeah.
This is funny, isn't it?
I didn't like it.
This is too slapstick, isn't it?
I didn't like this at all. It's like a cartoon, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's where the good guy just steps out of the cloud of fight.
You might as well straighten his tie and be like, woo.
Yeah, just like
Frank, every time we cut back, there's a guy that flies out the bush and runs back in. And we cut to Frank just looking over like, oh. Ooh.
Yeah, Frank can't believe what he's seeing.
Yeah. And then Jock steps out, readjusts his tie, does the old finger thumb over to the bush, get a load of these guys. Then walks off, and they're all still fighting inside the bush.
Yeah, and Frank just laughs, raises his drink, and just goes, "Hell yeah! Woo yeah!"
Yeah, he has a big swig of American whiskey.
Yeah,
Jack Daniels.
Yeah, he does something like that anyway.
And he gets woken in the middle of the night to two lowriders in the street meeting up. I've put the word Holmes is used a crazy amount of times in this one bit of dialogue from the Scarface leader of the gang.
Yeah.
Who we find out is called Angel.
Yeah, that's a shocker, isn't it?
Yeah, it's on his license plate.
Yeah. But the police can't find him.
Orale, Martin. You're out late tonight at Holmes. Sweet little mamacita will be very angry with you, Holmes. You like my new cuate here, I said? Más firme que queda, Holmes. I don't think anybody's gonna give this homeboy any more problemas. What do you think, Holmes? I think, too, I'm getting really tired of you not wanting to join us. You know, that shit really pisses me off, knowing you don't want to be a member with us. Maybe you think you're too good for us, Holmes. Like your old man, Maybe we gotta teach you and your mom a lesson like I did your father,
Yeah, they're trying to convince this young lad to join the gang. He says no and runs off. And he runs off into the house that Jack's staying at.
Fucking hell.
And the gang start banging on the house, trying to get him to come out.
This is Jacques is without a shirt. Sans. Blouse.
Yeah, it's a blouse. Yes, he's French. It's a blouse.
Yeah, so, we get to see his muscular physique.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good. Well done.
The kid jumps in through the window of Maria's room and she screams. So Jack comes down to see what's going on, grabs the kid, throws him up against the wall. And Maria says, "No, wait, that's my son. His name is Martin."
C'est Martin. Je suis désolé.
Voulez-vous coucher? Oh, no.
Maria.
He opens the front door, tells the gang to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, and they go, "Oh, sorry."
Yeah, and they leave.
Yeah, they go, "Okay, sorry then."
He then apologises to Maria for attacking her son and admits, "I shouldn't have stayed here." She tells him it's fine and they'll discuss it in the morning. She then bollocks her son whilst Jack has a flashback in his room of beating a man to death in the streets of Paris.
Yes.
Can't wait to explore that a bit more.
Yeah, well, his dad, it looks like he's shot. Just shot dead in the streets of Paris.
Gay Paris?
Not so gay at this time. No, shot dead. Yeah, we're not sure why.
Well, they runs away from that.
Yeah.
I thought he beat... I didn't realise that was his dad. I thought he just beat a man to death in the street.
I think he beats somebody to death in the street and then he runs away. Or was that afterwards?
I think this is... Because I know he gets like a boost over the wall, doesn't he, to escape. So I'm assuming
by
this
his
is...
dad.
So I'm assuming this is the guy he beat to death by mistake in the street. This flashback.
I don't know if he accidentally beat somebody to death.
Well, he does it on purpose because he's a fucking ne'er-do-well.
You know what? In this film, he does beat people more than he needs to, doesn't he?
Yes.
So maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it was an accident then. Maybe he just didn't know that he needed to stop beating a man who's unconscious on the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then his dad says, "Here, I'll get you out of here. Get over this fence." Ah, you've been shot.
Yeah.
Run, Jack, run. Ah, I die in the street.
Beautiful.
Blood.
I felt like I was watching it again.
Blood. My blood. Yeah, that kind of thing happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, that's the flashback anyway. So, yeah, now we know everything about him.
Yep. The next morning, the kid apologises to Jack and tells him not to leave and that his mother feels safer in the house with another man there, besides him, the very manly bastard that Martin is.
More on that later. Yeah, but what he does do, though, is he walks Maria for her own safety, just to the opposite side of the street, and then says, "Right, you're on your own, bye."
Yeah, Maria does say to Jack that she gives him a bit of shit, to be honest, saying that, I've left your money with my mom. I'm sure you can find a nicer place than this to live. So she fucks off. Maria does say hello to Frank.
Of course, yeah. Good old Frank. He's still there, isn't he?
Yeah.
Can't go anywhere else, can he?
You know her husband.
Of course.
You
know when they get to Frank's?
Yeah.
How far away is that? Is it just over the road?
It seems just across the road.
It does seem that way, but how come when they get there, nobody knows where they've gone? It's like they just lose track of them immediately. When they're over the road, they go, "Oh, we're safe." That's like when he says, "Okay, we're right, Maria, you'll be okay from here." It's like literally just walked across the street.
I think it's just so Dom and Ken don't molest her, I think.
Yeah, but they still can.
Oh, I don't think we would, though. We're not walking that far.
Oh, yeah, you're
Got
right.
bloody... You'll look after the bus.
Yeah, that's fair enough then.
Yeah. We see the lowriders. They've turned back up to the house to get to Maria's son. Literally, they've got to the end of the street and the lowriders have turned back up. Jack ends up having to creep back to attack the gang.
Yeah, but that's what, again, how has she not seen that? How's Maria?
She's got to go to work, Ken. Ain't got time
so
for
she
this.
ignores the obvious fucking lowriders that are sneaking around going to her house that's just over the road.
Yeah, got to get to work, mate.
Okay. She's like, that's probably nothing.
Yeah, it's fine. Probably delivering a pizza.
Groceries,
yeah.
or some turf.
Yeah, yes.
Delivering that turf I ordered.
The gang break in around the side of the house and they start beating up the son. And the grandmother fucking hits the deck.
This part is the first time Jacques beats a man more than necessary.
Yeah.
Where he like ambushes a bloke, doesn't he? You know, like when he's
the guy
sneaking up
that's outside.
Yeah, you know when he's sneak up behind somebody, and usually it's just a quick.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe you could just dig them in the spine, and they crumple.
Yeah, or just choke them out or something.
Yeah. Or just a karate chop. Back of the neck, he's gone.
Yeah.
This guy, he fucking punches him about 12 times.
In the back.
Yeah, in the fucking spine.
My note is, Jack really hates this guy's back.
He fucking goes crazy on him, doesn't he? I really like this. He just beats the absolute fuck out of this guy who didn't even know he was there.
Yeah.
It's not like it's a fair fight.
No.
He sneaked up on him, punched him about 12 times in the fucking spine, and then he's like kicked him. He's knocked him down, and as he's down, he then goes back and kicks him in the fucking head. And we go back there. We cut to the front where like the gang is, and then we go back to where Jacques is, and he's kicking him when he's on the floor as well. You've got to assume unconscious at this point, and he's just still kicking him. It's the same guy.
Yeah.
It's a fucking gang. Yeah. Why is he so obsessed with this bloke?
This guy's just like, help. Help.
Didn't even know he was there. Fucking unbelievable violence from Jacques.
Holmes. SA.
Yeah, but I just really, really laughed at this. I've never noticed it the first few times I've seen it, obviously, but suddenly when I'm watching it for this, I'm thinking, that poor guy. Still, he'd probably be up in a minute and get some more beating.
He does, actually.
Yeah.
He goes into the house. That guy actually comes up the stairs, and Jack turns around and just kicks him down the stairs into the yard again, that same guy.
Quite right, too. I've got that. I put Martine's attacked, the grandma's down, and then he fights the same 4 guys about 3 times each.
Yeah.
Who keep going back up and coming at him.
What do you think to the fight scenes in this? Gruner.
He's good, but I don't know.
It's all the same moves every time. The fights aren't like dynamic.
It's not, and it's also not gritty.
Yeah.
So it's not as dynamic as Van Damme, but it's not as grittily violent as Seagal, which by this time we'd got both, hadn't we?
Yeah.
So he's very skilled.
Yeah.
But he would be more skilled if he was fighting somebody with martial arts experience. Because those moves are very regulated, aren't they?
Yeah.
Which it seems to be. But,
I think
in a street fight, I don't know. I think maybe he would come off a bit worse. But at the same time, he does get hit a few times in this. It's not like he's untouchable, is he?
No.
He's getting a few beatings.
He's more touchable at the beginning than he is at the end, where he literally is a one-man army. But it's all that he has 3 or 4 moves, and he does them all the time. He does the leg sweep, the side kicks, the round the house kick, and like forearm smashes. Van Damme's a bit more dynamic with what he does, uses his environment a bit more as well. Seagal definitely uses his environment more and is not afraid of breaking bones and snapping arms and whatnot. And I found Gruner's style a bit like every fight scene's the same regardless of who he's fighting.
Yeah. I say he's very good at it though.
But he's
a fucking champion, isn't he?
He can pull off the move. But this is the thing that I'm saying, he can pull off the moves, but it's not just about being good at the moves, is it, when it comes to films? There's got to be a bit of something extra that catapults you to being a star like Van Damme or Seagal.
Maybe it's the selling of the fighting. Maybe it's the other people's fault.
That's true. Yeah, because it is all the same guys. They're all get the thing.
You've got to assume that it's the same guys because they're the stunt workers.
The stunt workers, yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, I say this, but back in the good old days.
Back
in the good old days when I was watching this at Holmes, it was... I never even noticed any of this. But now, when I did watch it again, you're just thinking, oh, that one again.
Yeah.
That old kick.
And I think the fight scenes, because there's not much dynamism to them, they do go on a little bit too long with some of them, I think.
Well, like this one. Yeah, like this one, yeah. That's what I mean. The same guys keep getting back up and he's having another fight. He's just, nobody's going anywhere.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, at the front of the building, Angel's just sort of running from side to side saying, where'd he go, man? Where'd he go? Where'd he go, Holmes? Where'd he go? And he's just thinking, he's there, look. You can fucking see him. He hasn't moved since he started. Since he started beating that poor bloke up from behind. He hasn't gone anywhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, they do. They just keep running around saying, where did he go, man? He's like, fucking where he always has been.
Yeah.
Go around the back.
Well, after beating up half the gang, he manages to get the kid out. And then it's like, wait, what about Grandma? He's like, oh, fucking
For fuck's sake. Le grand-mère. That's what he says.
Jacques, he fires the shotgun out into the air to scare the gang away from that side of the house. And this gives him time to take the grandma to a neighbour who's sort of beckoning him over.
Yeah, while we're still getting the where did he go, man conversation from Angel, who can't see anything at all, and nor can his men.
Frank, watching from the house across the road, tells Martine to go down the side of his house to escape.
Yeah, just points, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Does a bit of pointing.
And momentarily, the gang lose him and they give chase.
They say, it's Martine, man! And then, run off, lots of shouting again. Saying, where'd he go? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Where'd he go?
Yeah, some on foot, some jump in the lowriders to go and find him.
Even though it's over the road. That's what I mean. It's like, how far away is Frank's house that they need to get in a car now?
Yeah, Frank curses his useless legs.
Yeah, he punches his legs.
Yeah.
I used to do this when I pretended I was crippled.
Why would you do that?
For fun.
Okay.
Everyone liked it.
Who did?
Everyone.
Who's everyone?
Everyone I did it for.
Who did you do it for?
Everyone that was there.
He tells Jack where...
I thought, that's an emotional piece, isn't it, there, that Ken's doing? Why is he doing it? We don't know.
Fun.
But how emotional. He's got some emotional fun, hasn't he?
Emotional Fun was one of our albums, wasn't it?
Yes, when we were in wheelchairs.
Yeah.
For our own amusement.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wouldn't be allowed these days.
Metal Sandwich. The French tour.
Le croque monsieur.
Yeah. Jack, he's like, where the fuck's the kid gone? And Frank says, go down my back alley.
Yeah.
My back passage.
Enter my passage.
I won't notice.
And then punches his own anus.
Curses his useless anus.
I used to do that as well.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
We're through the back alleys of Angel Town, and there's lots of, come on, Holmes, let's move, all this sort of stuff.
Yeah, Angel, all the way through this film, is just constantly getting in and out of his own car.
Yeah.
Isn't he? Which annoyed me. It's far too often for a foot chase. He doesn't need to be in the car at all because he's fucking useless. But still, it's his vehicle's being driven by a sexy señorita.
Yes, she is, yeah.
Yeah, just interesting, that's all.
Yeah.
Anyway, more on that later.
Jack and the son, they head into the black neighbourhood. The son says, hey, we can't go in there. And Jack's like, fuck that, sky high, let's go in anyway.
Yeah, it's in the black area of the world, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Which I noticed. I thought, oh dear.
And the black gang, they stop the lowriders from entering.
Yep, Angel just drives straight through, doesn't he? And then they block him.
Yeah.
They block him, and the other car comes past as well, and they just block both of them in. And these black guys, I think they're a gang. A lot of them have walking sticks. What's that all about?
Pimp canes.
Are they? All of them? They can't all be pimps. If they are, what they're doing is at the annual general meeting.
I think so.
The pimp meeting.
Too many pimps, not enough prozzies. That's the old saying, isn't it?
Too many pimps spoil the bush. Which I think's the phrase.
And that is the phrase, yeah.
Yeah, but they've all got walking sticks. So either that or they've in fact got walking issues. They've got problems with their legs.
Did you see the one guy that looks like he's dressed like Freddy Krueger?
Yes.
You saw that man?
Yeah, what the hell?
I don't know, weird.
Yeah, still, who are we to judge fashion?
Who are you to criticise him? They end up running the gang off, and Jack and the son head to a shop to clean up.
Yep. He says, there's instead of like there's homes and essays, there's a lot of motherfuckers here.
Yeah.
Isn't there? Which gives you the cultural differences between the two gangs.
When they go to the store to clean up, Martin tells Jack that the guy with the Uzi is Angel. Oh, he doesn't tell him his name, but he says he wants him to join the gang. But he refuses as his mother and grandmother don't want him to.
When I said this is the weird one when we first met Maria, this is the weird part. The weird part of this film is it's usually the female character is the one that the gang's interested in, isn't it?
Yeah.
And he has to step in to save the female character, and then eventually the love interest will bloom from there. This is the main interest focus of this gang is this young boy.
Is this 12-year-old boy? Like, why the fuck do you care that much?
Yeah, it's just like they want him to join their gang so much they will kill him.
Yeah,
in order for him to join
and
them.
Everyone in the fucking town.
Yeah, and we're just not sure why.
Yeah, that's
because
true.
he's just a pathetic string of piss, really, isn't he?
He is, yeah.
Martin. He's nothing special. He's just some lad who just happens to live in this house opposite me and you in our bus.
Yeah.
But it's just it was a bit of a different take to it because I say usually it's the female character hero has to step in because she can't look after herself, Tom. She's a lady. But this...
Whoa.
Maria, you gotta see her.
Do.
Which the band could have played.
They could have, yeah.
Oh, Gil.
Come on, bongos.
Come on, Carson.
What about your farter?
Yeah. And he's like,
my farter is dead.
Sacre bleu.
He says he will have to join the gang or they will kill his mom and grandmother. And Jack peps him up by saying, that's not how to deal with it. Why don't you fight back?
He actually, first of all, just says, well, why don't you just join them? I thought every kid wanted to be in a gang, right?
Yeah.
He's got no idea about gangs, has he, this
No.
guy? And yet, the next idea is, in that case, fight back.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's only 30 of them.
Yeah, and one guy's an Uzi.
And you're 14.
Yeah.
So this would be the perfect of it.
He has got the worst advice ever for an action hero,
It's
Jack.
the worst advice since Shaggy telling him it just wasn't him.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's just like, I don't know, well, maybe do that then. I don't know.
Yeah.
Why are you asking me? I'm French. Je suis français.
Jack tells him that he's going to find a place to lie low for a few days, or find Martine a place to stay at.
Yep, and I think actually when he says, they're going to kill my mom and then my grandma too, he just says, man, they got you good. And you think, yeah, what? Why did you say that last bit so fast, Jacques? I didn't catch it.
He grabs a phone book and he finds Lee's gym.
Of course.
And he taps it and goes, Henry. I'm like, no, that's Lee. That says there.
He's not reading, isn't he? And of course, who the hell is Henry Lee? It's none other than his obvious martial arts buddy from the past.
It is, yeah.
Remember how everyone's got one of them?
Yeah, I know I do.
Yeah, it comes in useful, doesn't it, whenever you need it.
Yeah.
He's only here on a student thing. He's 30 years old. He's just become a student. He's travelled there and immediately knows someone in the town.
Yeah.
Why does he not fucking stay with him?
Exactly. Ken.
Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Martine asks, before they head out there, he goes, who are you? And we cut to a picture of Jock in full kickboxing attire.
Yes.
With a championship belt around his waist.
That's who he is.
Yeah.
It would have been a good opportunity for the Who, wouldn't it? Singing Who Are You?
Although, who?
Yeah.
Who? Martini's staring at it as Jack is greeted by the female, which is Henry's wife.
Mrs. Henry Lee.
And let into the main gym where Henry is training some youngsters in martial arts.
What I've got there is it's Peter Kwong, of course, from Big Trouble in Little China.
Mm-hmm.
And he's beating the shit out of his own students there in his martial arts dojo.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a bit unkind, really.
A little bit. Henry and...
Because he's really just beating them up, isn't he?
Yeah.
It's just him against like about 8 of his students. He just beats the fuck out of all of them.
Yeah.
You think, I don't know if I'll come back next week, to be honest, Henry.
Henry and Jock, they hug, and Jock asks him to help him hide the kid for a couple of days.
Yeah, he says, will you look after this kid? He says, yes, I won't let him leave my sight. He says, okay, can you give me a lift home? So yeah, of course I can. Come on. You stay here.
Yeah, save my wife and children.
Oh.
He has to go back to his house first, though, to pick up some things. And when we go back to the house, there's an ambulance taking a body away.
Ambulance.
Which turns out to be the grandmother who's died from a heart attack.
Fuck.
Frank's there to fill him in on the details.
Yep, he says it's grandma, she's fucking dead.
She's as dead as my legs.
My stupid legs and my useless anus.
Yep.
And he's like, I'm sorry about your anus.
Not the best line he's going to say to Frank. Jack lies to the police and Maria, saying that he lost sight of Martine, but he knows he's okay. Dom and Ken in the background having a look around.
Yeah, just finding out what the crack is, What's going on? Essays.
Police question Jack briefly. And
it's very fucking brief, isn't it?
Yeah.
And not to be outdone, he asks for his briefcase.
He does, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm 30 years old. I have a briefcase and I'm going to college. I'm a fucking freshman.
I'm going to school.
And he heads off to campus.
Yep. He says, of course you can. Here's your briefcase. And off he fucks.
This is when Henry lets us know that he knew Martine's father.
Well, yes, which is good, because thank goodness he had a pal there after all who could fill us in on all this backstory.
Yep, he was shot down on his steps of his house in front of the whole neighbourhood during a speech on community solidarity.
Didn't go so well, did it, that?
And it put an end to any harmony in Angel Town.
Yep, he fought the gangs, and the gangs won.
Henry tells Jock to join the gang as they are all idiots back then. Talking about himself and Martine's
Yeah, we were all
dad.
a bunch of fucking idiots, including the dearly departed.
Yeah.
He was the biggest idiot of them all.
So, Jock, you might as well join. I know they haven't asked you, but why not? It'd be good to have a Frenchman in it.
And he says, what? And never avenged their father's murder?
Fucking hell.
Or some shit. I don't know what he says. It was a really bad delivery of that line, which I thought was great.
In my opinion, he'd be better off joining the gang.
And never even tried to avenge his father's murder?
His father was a fool. We all were. It's just not like other places. They just kill the whole family if he doesn't. There's no reason to it anymore, Jacques. There's no code, no honor, no loyalties, no nothing.
Don't you remember what it was like, Henry? When we first met in Hong Kong. When you were a fighter. Before you became a fat cat businessman.
Do what you have to do, Jacques. I'll hide him for a while. But you make sure you tell his mother where he is. He's a minor and I'm not a kidnapper. And I'm not telling him about his grandmother either. That's your problem. When do you want me to pick you up?
Don't bother.
Well, what are you gonna do?
I will get there by myself.
Okay, fine.
Then you kind of get the idea of why you didn't ask to stay with him, because they seem to hate each other, these two. He's just like, yeah, well, fuck you. He says, oh, fuck you too. And off he runs to class.
Yeah, and he's late as well. And
And I've actually written, what the fuck is this class?
Yeah, I don't understand what it is.
A bunch of fucks are all sat there.
Yeah.
Aren't they? Everyone that we met at the earlier thing is in this class, even though they can't possibly just be studying the same thing.
To make matters worse, when he turns up late, Dr. Rice is sitting in on the class as well.
Of course he is.
Henry invites Martine to join his class tonight, and that we get a little cutaway. Back to the class, Rice picks out Jock to give an answer on the board, which he answers correctly, much to the amazement of the class and the annoyance of Rice.
There's loads of whispering, isn't there? Whispering going, wow, I can't believe it.
Yeah.
I can't believe it, he got it right.
And then one lad turns to the other and says, leave it to the fucking frog.
Mm.
And then he grabs the tie of the lad.
He does, yeah.
Pulls him in and says, that's Mr. Frog to you, raghead.
Yeah, which I think's okay, isn't it? Has he got called a frog? Is it not just tit for tat?
Nice swapping of racism there, I've put.
Yeah, well, it was the 90s.
Yeah, we were all doing it.
We were all at it.
Eye for an eye and all that sort of thing. Henry's having lunch with his partner and Martin, and this is where we get the how badass is our hero speech.
Yes, here we go.
50 minutes into the film, Jock is a 5-time world kickboxing champion, and he's training the next Olympic team, so that's why he's at the college.
Yeah, but like, why? I don't know, actually.
Well, later on they ask, why the fuck's he doing the college stuff? And Henry's like, because he's always got to learn something. It's like, what, so you just enroll in college when you're 36?
Yeah, across the fucking other side of the planet.
Ridiculous. Henry explains that Jock is one of those type of guys that he has to be studying something at all times. That's what he says.
Rubbish.
And the reason that he lives in the roughest neighbourhood is because he also grew up in the ghetto in France, and he was living in a ghetto in Hong Kong when they met.
Well, no, to be honest, I mean, he had no choice because he was there late.
He did have a choice. He could have just gone and lived fucking anywhere else. He was really willing to pay the insurance on the fucking house so he could stay there.
He's got some cash, hasn't he?
Yeah, exactly.
He does, actually, because he buys a car in a minute. Fuck knows where he gets the money for that.
Yeah, a fucking sports car he's got.
Anyway, Jacques turns up and says, give me fighters.
I want to let off some steam. He actually bollocks Martin as well for calling his neighbours dumbass chicanos.
Yeah, because he says, that makes you a dumbass chicano.
And your father.
He was also a dumbass chicano. And he's like,
and Martin's like, fight me. Fight me. And
he says, no, of course not.
No.
You're a small boy.
Yeah.
He says, I only fight fighters. Then give me fighters. I want to fight the fighters. Fight. And he says, what? And he says
it again.
He's like, fighty montage. Give me training montage. And we do. We get a training montage.
To jazz music.
It's fucking poor, isn't it?
Yeah.
How many outfits is he wearing in this fucking montage? He gets changed every fucking time we see him.
He's in like the Stars and Stripes at one point.
He's got different outfits on every fucking scene. It's supposed to be just the same day, right? He's not saying, give me fighters for the next week.
No.
He's like, give me fighters this afternoon, although I will get changed during it.
Yeah.
Anyway, we don't care about that.
Well, at the end of the montage, he laughs and jokes with Henry and Martin, and then inexplicably grabs Henry, puts him in a neck crank, says, the only reason he's not, dead?
Dead.
Is because I don't want him dead. When I want him dead, he dies. I'm like, this is Martin. I mean, you realise this is Henry, right?
Yeah, this is your best friend. Well, the only friend, even though you do sometimes have punch-ups. Yeah, he does, though. He does. He's the worst spoken lesson ever I've written down.
Fucking
it's
awful.
So terribly delivered. The whole fucking thing of basically, I don't really know what he's teaching him.
I don't either.
He's basically saying, I could kill my friend if I wanted, but I don't, so I won't.
Yeah,
so
basically.
Learn that. Learn that, you little twat.
You're watching this, kid? It's fun and safe, isn't it?
The only reason he's not dead, Marty, is because I don't want him dead. When I want him dead, he dies. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Joining a gang never protect anyone. If a gang wants you or your family dead, then just do it. The only reason I don't kill Henry Lee, it's because I'm afraid of him. I know if I kill him, I will be killed by his wife, his son. Someone will do the job.
Are you still following this, Ken?
No.
None of us are. Martine nods and we cut back to the house where Maria is surrounded by people upset that Martine has still not appeared.
Yeah, oh, and his grandma's death, I think. They're more upset about that, I think.
Oh, and also that Martin's
And missed her funeral.
possibly dead.
Because he's hiding.
There's an envelope on his bed, Jack, when he goes upstairs with money in it.
I thought it was pictures of Frank's dick.
His useless dick.
His pathetic dick.
It was the money for the room. And he goes downstairs.
Okay, yeah, that makes
he hands
more
it
sense.
back to Maria, saying that he would like to stay if it's all right. And Maria says it is all right. She thanks him for trying to help Martin. And for some reason, he still doesn't tell her that he's alive and well. And in my friend's gym.
Well, I've just taught him a very, very valuable lesson.
Yes.
About something or other.
Well, it's easy to kill a friend when their guard's down.
Yeah, when I've already got them in a headlock.
Yeah. The gang are back.
Aren't they always?
Yep. Maria goes out to confront them.
At this point, I've written that Maria appears to look like Richard Lewis.
Yeah.
And she just comes out with her long, curly black hair and some sort of fucking suit.
Is that the Prince John from Rolling the Men in Tights?
Yes, it is, yeah.
And Curb.
Curb Your Enthusiasm, yes. Recently deceased, of course.
Yeah. R.I.P.
But
she does look like him.
Yeah, she does, yeah. I just put Maria looks like Richard Lewis and comes out to say, what the fuck are you all doing here again?
Yep, and she says she's speaking to Angel, doesn't she?
Yes, she actually speaks face to face, mano a mano.
She starts shouting at them for killing her mother-in-law and possibly killing her son. Because it's not her mother, is it? It's her mother-in-law.
I don't know. I never fucking cared enough.
Angel says that if she's nice to them, maybe they won't kill her too. And that's enough for Jack, and he grabs Angel.
That seems to be okay for me. That must be like, all right.
I think he means to have sex with me.
I don't want to, Dom.
Jack,
why would he be saying that about us? What the...
Jack grabs Angel and kicks him down the stairs.
Yeah, wrist lock.
And they go back in the house. They throw something through the window at them and drive off. Maria starts crying, complaining that the police never help, but the gang won't come in as her husband killed one of them once, so they won't come in the house in the dark.
Yeah, and we have a little backstory from Maria to slow the film down a bit.
Why would the gang not come in the house? Because the husband who's dead once killed one of them in the house.
Because it can happen again, you know.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, you've just got to accept it, Tom.
Maria says that her parents died from working.
Yeah, they just died from working.
So what do you mean? Just being normal people and working a job?
Yeah, that's how they died.
She says, first Papa, then Mama.
Oh, that's a sad story, isn't it?
Everything was for this house, so they could leave something for her. But now this house is like a coffin for us. A coffin in a graveyard.
In a city.
I like that she explains that it's...
in a rundown neighbourhood in a city that nobody wants to live in anymore.
Not just a coffin, but a coffin in a graveyard.
Yeah, it's the worst place for them.
Drive by.
Yeah, house gets shot up. Which is good. It's good to have the action back again, isn't it?
Yeah, after all that shit.
Yep. And proving Maria wrong, the cops turn up.
Yes.
Yeah, the cops never show up. They never help. They've been there about 3 times in this film already, so that's not true, Maria.
Yeah. Jack and Maria leave. They get into Henry's taxi.
I don't think it's a taxi. It's
Is
got
it
Henry's
taxi?
gym written on it. It hasn't got
It looks
Henry's
like
fucking taxi.
This is a taxi on the side
I
of it.
thought that when you said it earlier. That's his fucking big bus for his gym.
Is it? Why has he got a people carrier?
Because he's got fucking kids. And maybe he takes the students to, tournaments.
Oh, I thought it was a taxi.
No, it says Henry's gym.
Oh, looks like a taxi. Hasn't he got fucking, checkered sides to it, like a taxi?
No, it's just got a sign on it that says Henry's gym.
Sorry, Henry, I thought you were a part-time taxi driver as well. Surely you're not
He
living
might
off...
be.
Surely you're not living off just those 4 students you kick the shit out of every
That
fucking
you
week.
beat up every lesson.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm sure someone says he leaves in a taxi. Oh, fuck knows. Anyway, Yep, so he
They
leaves.
don't know.
In
They
Henry-
think it's a taxi as well, like you, because of the untrained eye.
Well, I mean, I can't even see it from the bus, can I? All I can see is a fucking people
I can, 'cause
carrier.
I've got me bloody...
I'm wearing sunglasses, though,
Periscope.
to be fair.
I've got my telescope out.
They head to Henry's gym to hide Maria there now, and Henry says that since he's known Jack, he's always been in deep shit, so this is fine, bringing a fucking whole family to live with me.
Yeah, and he says, how many more people will you be bringing to live in my house? Just asking.
Yeah.
Only last week there was fucking none. And now that's 3 if you're here as well. It's a good job the other one's dead, to be honest. I wouldn't have had room for her.
Henry tells Jack that he might know a friend that can help Jack with this gang. And Martin, he takes the news about his grandmother well.
Yeah. I've written Martin takes it well.
Yeah. By shouting like a little bitch, and Jack has to hold him back from leaving.
Yeah. I don't know, to just go and cry somewhere, perhaps.
Well, he does run off to his room, and Jack and Henry head into the streets to meet Mr. Park in a stretch limo.
Yeah, I like Mr. Park. He's one of my favourite characters in this film.
Yeah, I like his accent.
Yes, useful later on as well.
Yes. So basically, Henry lives in an area controlled by the Triads, or whatever the fuck these guys are.
I think so.
Yeah.
It's Chinatown, isn't it, perhaps?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Possibly.
And they get into the limo, and Henry asks Mr. Park who the head of the gang with the Uzi is and if he's working for anybody. Mr. Park said, no, he's just a wild dog collecting fleas.
Oh.
Henry says, how many fleas? Mr. Park's like, 20 to 25. And we cut to Jack, who's doing the same face I was. Just like, what? What the hell are you talking about? Fleas? Do you know Ken?
He's talking about gang members.
Sorry, I got
isn't he?
emotional there.
He's talking about gang members.
Yeah.
And he says, can he be terminated?
Dominated.
And he says, I don't fucking care.
It's not
I'm in a
terminated,
fucking limo.
Ken. It's intimidated.
What?
It's not terminated. It's intimidated.
I thought he says terminated.
Intimidated.
Fucking accent.
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah. I had the fucking subtitles on the bastard.
Son of a bitch. I thought he asked if he could be terminated.
No.
I thought he was going straight for,
Which
we're
is
going to have to fucking murder this man.
No, which is why when he goes to the house, he threatens him because he asks if he can be intimidated.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was just saying next plan is just murder.
No.
Oh,
He's not
okay.
at that point yet.
Okay, fair dues then.
Park says that he's nothing without the Uzi, but then again, he doesn't know anybody who's challenged him. So basically, he didn't really learn much. He's easier to fight if he doesn't have a fucking machine gun in his hand.
I would
basically
say that's perhaps same for many people.
Everybody, yeah. Cut to Jack breaking into Angel's house and putting a knife to his throat. He's got his female driver in the bed next to him as well.
Yes, yeah. He's just got a flick knife, hasn't he?
Yeah.
And then he says, then I don't know. I mean, I actually looked at this on subtitles because I found out what the fuck is he saying. And he actually says he'll be riding with Pancho Villa.
Yeah. Stay away from Maria and her son, or you're going to be riding with Pancho Villa. Understood. I put no.
Yeah, it's just like, no, what? Well, I understand the words, but what does it mean?
What does it mean? As Crystal, says Angel.
Yeah, and his girlfriend laughs in his fucking face.
She does, which seems a bit mental of a thing to do.
It does, and I don't know, I mean, it does sound like she pays for it. Because as we cut that scene, you just hear a punch noise. End of scene.
Yeah.
Then we cut to me and you in the bus.
Yeah, old Dom and Ken. He grabs Ken. Ken's reading a fucking jazz mag or something in the driver's seat of the bus.
You know me.
And demands to know everything about Jacques and how he knows where Angel lives. Ken doesn't know dick about shit.
That's right. That's what I tell him.
He lives in a bus with me, for fuck's sake. He ain't going to know anything, is he? Dom swoops in to mention that he knows people in Chinatown and he saw an Asian guy come pick him up.
In a taxi or some shit.
Maybe in a taxi.
Or his car. I don't know.
Dom asks why did the Frenchman go to Angel's house, and he tells them that it was to beg for mercy and protection of the house. He tells Dom and Ken he's going to start hitting up the rest of the homes, and this is actual homes.
Oh, right, okay.
In the area for protection money. He then takes Dom's girl off him and has her for himself.
Yeah, and says, I'm just going to go and rape your girlfriend. And you're like, oh, fair enough.
Yeah, I don't see any issues with that. I'll be outside. Me and Ken will share the jazz mag.
Yeah, we'll just be out here listening.
We'll have a wank each.
Yeah, don't forget to close the curtain so we can't hear you. Enjoy.
Doesn't he ask if she like moans or something?
Yes.
And I'm like, I don't fucking know.
I don't know. My dick is pathetic.
Yeah, and he's like,
and I'm like,
I've
yeah,
heard
that's
that.
true. Shut up, Ken.
Yeah, so we just watch as...
yeah, we just get to listen to Dom's girlfriend be raped by our boss.
Good times.
Yeah, great days.
It's the bond that holds us together in this film. Anyway, enough about raping people's girlfriends.
Enough about that. Let's go to Johnny in the Eye in the Sky helicopter giving us a weather report.
I thought for a moment Rota had started, because that opens with this weather report.
Yeah, it does, yeah. What a fucking useful part that is as well, isn't it? How fucking poignant.
Yeah. Nothing to... Like, we don't hear about traffic again.
No, and nor do we care.
Yeah.
Because fuck it, it's just we go to a helicopter and then we come back down to nothing.
Yeah, we cut to Jack, Henry, his wife, and Maria on the dinner table eating buttered bread.
Buttered sausage.
That's all. That's all they're eating. I had a look on the table. They're all just eating massive fucking clumps of bread buttered.
It's nice, isn't it?
I suppose so. Jack says he and Henry are going to escort Maria to work every day until the funeral, then see how things are. Martine can stay at the gym for a while. Angel goes to the boot of his lowrider once he's finished with having sex with all three of us.
He is the boss.
After all, yeah.
He's got an Uzi, for fuck's sake.
That's true.
No one's challenged him.
What's he doing in that boot, Ken? What's he gone to the boot for?
We don't know.
No?
We'll never know. Will we?
Cut to Jack and Maria returning to the house to collect some things. Jack notices blood on the doorknob of his bedroom.
I've written, it's a film title, Blood Handle.
Good.
What do
I
you
like
think?
that, yeah.
Could be a trucker.
Yeah.
Because that's his handle. Yeah, his CB radio name.
Or a
Blood Handle.
Or a killer classical composer.
Blood Handel.
Yeah. Sees blood on his doorknob.
I'll be back.
Oh!
Little cameo there for Arnie.
Yeah, that's his cast. He has to be in the cast. Yeah, he heads into the room to find the female driver for Angel dead on his bed.
Sacre bleu.
I've put great acting from Gruner, who almost looks arsed.
Yeah, he's like that. Got tidy this then.
Yeah, I think he actually blinks.
I think he does.
It.
No, he does. He does
Yeah.
actually. I wrote that down. I had the subtitles on as well, and it says blinks.
Yeah.
So I was like, right. Because I misunderstood. I thought Billy Blanks had turned up. But with the subtitles, it's blinks.
Yeah. That's confusing my favourite ever subtitle, which is in one of the Jason films when he gets dragged into the water.
In the water.
And it just says plop.
That's Detective Plop to you.
You ever come home to find blood on your knob, Ken?
Yeah, recently, actually.
Oh.
Dom's just sprayed everywhere. Yeah, but, you just get on with it, don't you?
He goes outside to tell Henry, but he doesn't tell Maria about the body. He tells Henry that someone has to kill the leader of this gang. This is now termination, not intimidation.
Right, okay. This man has to be killed.
Everyone goes their separate ways. Maria goes to work. Jack goes back to school.
Yep. On his way to school, there's an attempted assassination on him by a small child.
There is, yes.
What the fucking hell's going on here?
No idea. They let the kid fire the gun, don't they? This is like another gang, isn't it?
I thought it was the same.
Oh, no, sorry.
It's,
yeah, we haven't got to that bit yet.
I
sorry.
think it's the same ones.
Yeah. Yeah, they let the kid hold the gun and the grown men are in the front.
Yeah, it's like a drive-by attempt by a child.
Yeah, misses Jack and shoots fucking just random people.
Just people on a bike. Somebody on a bike just goes like shot dead.
Yeah.
He's like, ah!
Jack runs over to the car because I think they crash, don't they? They crash into.
Yeah, I do enjoy it when people just get caught in crossfire. Just going about their daily business.
You've always said that.
Yeah, it's just funny. It's just like, yeah, fuck it. Let's just have some bloke on a bike.
Innocent casualties, that's what Ken loves.
I do. It just makes me laugh.
Yeah, they crash the car. Jack runs over, pulls the kid out the fucking window, grabs the gun, calls an old black woman over to hold the gun, hold the child. and like keep gunpoint on the driver because the guy in the passenger seat runs off. So he runs after him. We have a fight in the tennis court, and he beats the absolute shit. This is another one where he just beats him up for ages.
He says, "I give up, man." He says that about 3 times. He just keeps beating him.
Yeah. And then he tells someone nearby, call the police.
Yeah.
We have Angel on the phone asking them to call the cops and do something, but we cut before we find out what it is. Do we ever find out what he's asking?
No, he says, now they call the cops, and then it just fades out.
Yeah.
And you just think, huh?
Yeah.
Anyway, cops are now at Maria's work.
Yeah, she has to take some time off, and the boss is very sympathetic to her, lets her have it, but it's been 2 days she's had off now, and she does expect it to work the hours back. You know, her mum's just
Even though your mum's been killed and your son's been beaten and your house has been destroyed by gunfire. A little bit selfish, Maria.
Yeah.
A little bit selfish.
I think, is that on purpose? Is that a critique on the working class Mexicans who get treated less than human?
I don't know. I think it's just bosses being dicks.
Yeah. Martin tells Henry and his wife he has to go home. And Henry's like, yeah, sure, Martine, off you go, son.
Yeah, fine by me.
Martini goes to sort the trash out, and Henry pops upstairs to check Ken's bloody knob, which isn't bloody anymore.
Oh, no, I've cleaned it up.
Yeah, and the body's gone.
Yes. He just goes, huh? Anyway, enough of that. We cut then to Angel. Just suddenly just gets up. It's like everyone's just fucking hanging about in his place. And he just suddenly gets up and goes into his garage.
I like how they're living, this gang. Like, one guy's just asleep with porn just plastered all over the... He's asleep in the corner of the room, and his corner has got porn over the wall.
Yeah.
Like, he's the only one with a bed. The rest of the gang sleep on the floor in this dilapidated house.
That's Pedro Porn. That's who that is.
Pedro Porntash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's there over in the porno corner. So that's where he's staked his claim.
Yeah.
Everyone else can. There's no rule saying that he's the only one who's allowed pornography on the wall.
Yeah.
He's just the only one who's used the opportunity.
Do you think, like, him killing his female driver and then dumping the body in the house is insane? Like, if Jock had called the police and been like, oh yeah, there's a fucking dead person in my house, he's been shot or whatever, and that's the fucking female driver of Angel.
I don't know. I mean, it's intimidation, isn't it? It got to be,
I
surely.
guess so, but it's still stupid because
it is very stupid.
The police would just be like, okay, we'll just go and arrest Angel then.
Yeah, so I don't know. Who's her boyfriend? Angel. Oh, right. You mean the one with the Uzi? Keeps driving around
the
and
violent
being
fucking
a bastard.
lunatic, yeah.
Okay, maybe it was him. Yeah, it's a bit of a risk, but doesn't matter anyway.
No.
Because here we go.
Because Jock's taken the law into his own hands. Angel goes downstairs, have a look about, goes into the garage, into his lowrider. The body of the female driver is in the passenger seat.
She's there. She's dead. Dead.
Angel shits himself.
He does like he wasn't aware that she was dead.
Yeah.
But obviously, yeah, it's just because she's there instead.
Runs up to his gang and swears to kill the whole family. And Jacques is listening nearby. We don't know where he is, but he's nearby. Or maybe he's not.
I think he's in the garage, isn't he? Is he also in the garage? He just hasn't seen him.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, he's in the back seat.
Henry isn't happy about Jock doing that, saying he's making it worse.
Yeah, but Jacques not that bothered because he just bought a new car.
Yeah.
So he's very pleased with his new car. He says, look, I've got a new car. And he says, why did you do that, Jacques? It's not your fight.
That's what he says, yeah, it's Martine's fight, not Jock's. And Jock says, how much money is Henry paying Mr. Park for protection? I don't know what the fuck's that got to do with it.
Because he's basically saying, once you fall into that vicious cycle, you've got nowhere to go.
Yeah.
You know, you're paying somebody for protection. So what? So now he has to? You're no better than any of them, Henry Lee.
Well, Henry argues that he has a wife and kids now. It's not just him. And what are Martin and Maria going to do when Jock leaves? Because he always leaves. And when we cut back to him, he's gone.
Yeah. to be fair, he does get in his car and proves him right by leaving.
He does leave.
Yeah, he's like, screw you, bye.
This is the rival gang. Like another gang led by Curly Jefferson over here, whoever the fuck this guy is.
Bloody Pedro Ringler.
Yeah, there he is. They spot him and follow him in their car. And do you see who's in the passenger seat?
Yeah, I did, but I can't remember now.
Mark Dacascos.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, maybe I didn't then.
In his feature film debut.
Fucking hell, I didn't know that.
Mark Dacascos.
Oh.
They keep watch on him whilst Angel they call Angel on the payphone to let him know that he's at college. It's like, well, of course he fucking
college,
is.
Though? I thought it was like a 24-hour internet cafe.
I think he says he's got to go. I don't know.
Because she says, "Oh yes, we're open 24 hours."
That's
and I thought,
true. Yeah.
Why? Why are you open 24 hours? And then she says, "If you can't find what you need here, we've got other machines."
I assume because it's the same location, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's the same.
I just thought,
fucking place.
I thought, what the fuck is this old woman doing with a 24-hour internet cafe?
That makes sense.
Used to be things back then, you know.
Yeah.
Didn't it, listeners? Do you remember? the internet cafe?
I remember going to
Before Wi-Fi.
I remember going to them when I was on holiday.
Yeah,
to check my Hotmail.
Yeah, I used to go to one in Leamington Spa to have a quick look at my AOL account.
Yes, exactly.
See if I could bid on any eBay deals.
Yeah,
before I left the building and lost contact with the world.
Yeah,
that's how it used to be.
That did,
you get fuck all back then.
Yeah, now you can a tap of the phone.
Yep,
little tippy tap of the phone, Ken, and you're away. You're on the internet superhighway.
Yes, I'm looking at vaginas right now. That's how easy it is. Not DOMs.
Jack leaves a busy class of doing nothing, is what I've written, but maybe he was at an internet cafe.
I think it was, because she was introducing him to a fucking computer.
Right. Hello, this is... I'll leave you two alone for a minute.
Bonjour.
He goes and checks his car, and he finds there's a bomb.
Yeah, because
dynamite.
Because he's seen him, hasn't he? He's seen him there following him, so he thought, I better check my fucking car.
These Latinos are also prospectors, panning for gold, because they've got loads of fucking dynamite. Detonates the bomb, throws it down a fucking little part of the car park. Hopefully no one's fucking down
somebody
there.
else is just like, dope, ah! And explodes.
They think he's dead. I'm not sure why he doesn't wait for him to leave.
No, I've put they think that they've got him until he immediately drives out in front of them and they go, oh, shit.
Yeah. If he'd have stopped, he could have faked his death and had a bit of an element of surprise.
Which is what I thought he was planning.
Yeah.
Apparently not.
No. Lots of driving and shooting now.
Yes, car chase.
Ends with Jack driving his convertible underneath the bed of a truck. The gang members tried to get their lowrider underneath it, but they get stuck.
Not low enough, is it?
Absolutely
not. As
not.
riders go.
They end up all jumping out and running off. The truck driver stops one of them with the door of his cab.
Yeah, it's the truck driving part of the world, isn't it?
It is, yes.
This is. So there's, they have a bit of a joke, don't they, these two truckers?
Yeah.
Yeah, saying, shall I help him? And then he opens his door and he's like, yeah, I'll help him. And he does it and he's like, oh, that's going to hurt. He's like, yeah, I know that.
Yeah, Jack runs past and says thank you to him.
Merci beaucoup.
And this is where we get Gruner v. De Cascos.
Really? How am I not fucking aware that that's it? This is it? Okay.
This is De Cascos,
okay.
Yeah. And he beats the absolute shit out of
De Cascos.
He
does, doesn't he?
He gets no
I didn't know it was
offensive.
him.
De Cascos does grab like a fucking metal pole or something, but no. Beats him to the fucking ground.
To be fair, I did realise that he was like a martial arts guy, because I just thought, finally, there's somebody else who could do martial arts.
Yeah.
Usually everybody in these films can do martial arts, even though why would they?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I did think, oh, right, okay, so he's actually got somebody who can fight properly. Yeah, but he doesn't do much, though, as you said.
He tells Jock that Angel wanted him and Henry out of the way so he could kill Maria.
He actually says then to De Cascos, didn't he? He says, can I trust you to
this is him.
wait for the cops?
That's De Cascos,
And he says, yeah. And in case he doesn't do that,
says,
he just,
sure I can.
Yeah, he just breaks his fucking wrist.
Not shuriken.
He's like, ah! Mon Dieu!
Sure I can. He twists his arm a bit.
I think he breaks it.
Smushes his shoe into the back of him a bit.
Yeah. Wipes his shoes.
Yeah, wipes the shit off his shoe. Jack, you have shit on your shoe. And
Le merde.
That's crying Freeman fucked.
Oh dear. He did better on for himself later on in life, didn't he?
He certainly did. Cut to. I always love seeing like very early cameos of people in films.
I wish I'd fucking noticed it.
Yeah.
I can't believe you've watched it once and knew all this. I've seen it fucking loads, this film.
It's only because as I was watching it, like I think he has like a line of dialogue when the guy gets out to use the payphone and he sort of looks up and I'm like, I'm sure that's De Cascos, and did a little IMDb straight on.
I was probably writing down guy who speaks on phone.
Yes.
I'm making all my important notes at that time.
Cut to Maria, who's at work. What does she work as?
I don't know, but she's... Martine,
I thought it was the bank, but I don't
Martine
think so.
was supposed to fucking pick her up. I don't know. It's like I just thought she was working on fucking campus as well or something.
Yeah,
it looks
it's across the road from the fucking campus,
anyway.
isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, but Martine's supposed to go and pick her up because I believe that was something that Jacques said to Henry to tell Martine before he leaves, like he always does.
Yeah.
But, you know, I don't think anything's been said, and that's proven later on by him telling him far too late. So, yes, we go to Maria. She's there thinking, where the fuck is my ride? And Angel, he turns up.
Well, you actually don't know who it is, do you, at that point?
Well, no, but when the security guard arrives...
Is he? I thought he was police. Is he security?
I don't know. That's why I thought he was security, because I thought...
On campus, makes sense.
Yeah, because I thought otherwise that's an incredibly audacious thing for them to do, which is just come out and shotgun him to death immediately.
I actually think that's a really good stunt, that.
Yeah, he comes
it looks
over,
good, doesn't it?
He says, hey, is that your car over there? And he says, get rid of him. And he just shotguns him to death. And
It looks good, though, doesn't it, that?
Yeah, it's
like
good.
The shot and the fall over and... The blood and stuff looks very good, actually, to be fair.
Yep, and then they escape. And do you know the car? Do you know where it's parked? It's parked by a sign saying no parking after school hours. And it's about time somebody got them for that.
Yeah.
I really don't like it when you park in places that you're not supposed to. Just follow the fucking signs. Come on.
Well, the guy with the earring would have been fucked in Miami Connection, wouldn't he? So he was doing that all the time.
He got like fucking disabled spaces. They did that in Society as well. I'm not happy about it.
No.
I raise it every time.
Yeah.
This guy, unfortunately, the security guard's just doing his job and he gets shotgunned to death. So maybe just leave him alone.
Yeah, well, Angel and this guy, they jump in the lowrider, they drive off, they drive past Henry's gym and throw some dynamite through the window.
Yeah, they're bombing again.
Henry's wife and kids are in there, for fuck's sake.
Fortunately, everyone is okay because they can do martial arts.
That's true.
So everyone survives the bomb. So, whew.
Martin gets to his mother's work and it's cautioned off and there's police and ambulance on the scene. Maria is weak, but she'll be okay. She's been raped.
And he's like, oh. What time was I supposed to be here, Mum?
Yeah.
I've only just got told. Henry's only just mentioned it just before his gym blew up.
You only find out later that she was raped. I don't think you don't get told that now, do you?
No, not yet.
Has Martin just made that up? Because I don't think anyone tells him that.
I don't know. Maybe he checked.
Maria tells him to go home and get help.
Yeah, she says, go home. They said they'll burn down the house. Go, get help. Do you know what the nurse says? The nurse, after she said, go home, they'll burn down the house, go, get help. She says, don't take anything she said too seriously.
Yeah.
So it's pretty fucking serious, isn't
She's
it?
pretty out of it.
It's pretty fucking serious what she said. Just laugh it off. All right,
Okay.
you're going to burn the fucking house. But yeah, it is extreme, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, they want him to join the
insane.
gang so much they will kill him.
Rape his mother, kill his grandmother, and blow his house up. Do you get this 14-year-old to join the gang?
Because they need another gang member.
Yeah, of the other 30 they've got. That makes no fucking sense, actually, now we're speaking out loud about it.
It doesn't, but still, that's why I like this film. Not much of it makes sense.
Martin tells the officer to tell his mother when she wakes up that he did what she said and that he's going home.
Yeah, and he's like, okay.
Dom and Ken are keeping a lookout from the bus. They spot Martin, who turns up, but he changes his mind and drives off.
Yeah.
And instead, he drives to Frank's house, which is apparently across the road.
Which is just over the road again. And he says, hey, can I leave this in your drive?
Can I leave this taxi here that isn't a taxi?
And he says, yeah, of course you can. I'm not using it, am I? Because my fucking legs are useless and I can't drive. Thanks a lot, Martine. Useless legs. Useless legs. Yeah, sure.
Frank asks where Jacques is, and Martin says that he doesn't know.
He's like, oh, okay.
And Frank tells him that he and Maria shouldn't stay at the house tonight. Martin says that my mom was raped.
Yeah, he says, word on the street is they're coming for you. And he says, they got her, Frank. They raped her at work.
And we're going to burn down my house tonight. And then he runs off.
He does, and he leaps the fence. That's the second time, because he leapt the fence to get in, doesn't he? Which is kind of mocking Frank.
Yeah, Frank's like, come back, my legs are useless.
My anus. And he does, he just fucks off.
He also ignores the old couple that helped the grandmother. They're
they're shouting as well, aren't they, to warn him? But no, he's on a mission, and he's walking like he's angry.
Yeah. Ken rings Angel to let him know Martin's back at the house.
Do I say, because I wrote this down, The little pecker went into the house.
Yes.
That's what I say, the little pecker.
Yeah, which is how Ken describes when he has sex.
Yeah, that's been a while.
I wrote it down.
I'm surprised you remembered that.
I wrote it. I thought it was unusual when you called me in the middle of the night, to be honest. And when you said that, I at first assumed it was some sort of army signal. But no, he actually meant he had just had sex.
No. He was in the army, the guy I was with.
Yeah, so Ken's notifying...
And then I followed it up with, come on over before the other homies get here. Let's have some fun.
It's one of Ken's films.
That was the tagline.
Yes, so Martin, he's loading his shotgun up ready.
Yep. Unfortunately, it's just a twin barrel shotgun, which is fucking useless.
Yeah,
but you know, he's only 9, so he's having a go, isn't he?
Frank watches as some of the gang turn up on foot.
Yeah, they've got fucking bats and everything, haven't they?
Yeah,
they haven't got
crowbars.
guns, so that's good. But yeah, there's a lot of them, and they've all got some sort of weapon.
He goes into his house to grab a few guns and wheels his ass down the street.
Yep, he's got himself an M16.
Yeah.
You know, from the Vietnam days.
And he's got a couple of shoulder holsters as well, hasn't he?
We've all got them.
Carl Weathers, the chief style.
Yeah, but unfortunately, it's Frank the cripple.
Dom and Ken, they show up to shout shit at Martin, who's sitting on a chair outside of his house.
Do you know what I think is a good idea, isn't it? If you've got somebody sat there with a shotgun, is to laugh at them and shout abuse at them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe taunt them into shooting you, because you don't
100%.
think they will.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
The gang surround the front of the house, and they start slowly advancing up the garden towards Martin, saying he hasn't got it in him to shoot. And he fires a warning shot into the ground between them all. And that kind of, they do take cover about after
They do, because one of them, I think, gets hit, doesn't it? One of the shotgun, I think it splinters into their shin.
Yeah.
Have you noticed how poor the fence work is in this house?
Yeah.
Because all they do is kind of like just touch the bit of the picket fence. And as they do that, it just falls off. So like the thing of the fence, it just comes off, and then they use it as a stepping stone into the garden.
Yeah.
Even though they could just walk round. But
Yeah.
they don't. They just destroy the fence, and that's happened twice.
That's you that does that.
Yeah, well.
He's
I
ripped the
hate
fucking
fences.
fence panel off.
I mean, not even rip it, it just sort of like knocks it a little bit, and it falls off.
Yeah.
Very poor.
Yes, it does stop, but when he shoots into the ground, they do take cover, and it gives Frank more time to roll his way towards them, but he's thwarted by a fence at the back.
Yeah, he's wheeling himself into a frenzy, isn't he?
Yeah.
And then realises there's a fence, and he's like, oh, for fuck. Fuck.
More gang members turn up, including Angel this time.
Yep.
Frank eventually opens the gate, lets himself into the backyard, eventually climbs up the stairs, drags his wheelchair up there.
It's a good job that the gang haven't thought about going in the back door, isn't it? Because that would have been a good idea.
Even
wouldn't
though
it,
they did
perhaps?
last time.
Yeah, it would have been a good idea. But not after the last guy that got beaten into a coma by the shack.
That's probably true.
Yeah, Martin at one point shoots his own house.
Yes.
Because they throw something, and he's obviously, even though he's facing them and can see them throwing something, he thinks that somebody's there and
Yeah, they
shoots his
throw
own
it
house.
the other side of the porch, don't they?
Yeah,
and he turns and
shotguns
shoots.
his own house.
But every time he shoots, it takes him forever to reload. So why don't they just rush him when he does that?
And why is he having to reload after one shot as well?
Yeah, he
It's
only
a twin
loads-
barrel thing. I don't know.
He only loads one barrel, doesn't he? Yeah.
Why?
Fuck knows.
What a fucking idiot.
Oh, isn't it with some of those
Why
shotguns?
would you want him in your gang? He's can't even fucking load 2 barrels.
Isn't it with some of those shotguns they have like the twin hammers as well, so you can shoot one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think,
or the other.
I don't know. Anyway, either way, he can't fucking use it properly.
Yeah.
Unless he can. Americans tell us, are we being silly here? You've all got shotguns. You know how it works.
Yeah. Frank rolls himself up alongside him, and now he's positioned himself next to Martine on the porch, and he starts opening fire with his M16.
Quite right, too.
Doesn't shoot anyone, though.
No, he's emptying it into the ground as well, though, isn't he?
Mhm.
As warnings. That's the difference between these guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they all laugh at him.
Yeah.
They all laugh at him because, what are you going to do, cripple? You ain't going to shoot no one.
Yeah, Ken gets all Billy Big Bollocks and threatens
Yeah.
Frank, and then Frank shoots him in the leg.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
No.
I mean, I deserved it. That's fine.
Yeah. They throw dynamite onto the porch. Frank reaches for it. Looks like he's not going to be in time. They're going to blow up. But then a foot stomps down on it and removes the wick. And it's Jock.
Jack. It's Frenchie. Hey, man, it's Frenchie.
What are you doing here, Frank? Well, the kid was trying to do it all by himself. And that's where we get
The line.
the line. I waited an hour and 35 minutes to hear this line because of Ken. I was like Ken watching Don't Look Now with Donald Sutherland and his point.
Yep, failing to point like he does at the end of a different film.
Yep. What does he say, Ken?
He says, they may have got your legs, but they sure did not get your balls. I fucking love that line.
Superb line.
I have loved that line. I think I sold Dom and the whole idea of this film based on the line that he says there.
Yeah.
It's an hour and a half in. Fucking love it.
What are you doing up here, Frank?
The kid was trying to do it all by himself.
You may have good in your legs, but they sure didn't get your balls.
Yeah, go on, Olivier Gruner.
Dom carries Ken out the front yard like a hero that he is, and more gang members arrive.
Yep. Angel, when Angel arrived, of course, he did rip another piece of the fence down.
Mhm.
So I don't know who's fucking made that fence. If
Yeah.
that was Martine's dad, then, you know, it's better off dead, isn't he?
You got Martine with his shotgun. You've got Henry with his M16. Jacques with his special kicks. But more gang members have arrived, so it's only fair that we level the playing field when a truck drives through the fence.
Yes.
And it's Henry and a friend of his.
It's Henry and his kung fu team.
Yes.
Yeah, which I thought would have been a great time for everybody is kung fu fighting. It would have been perfect time, wouldn't it, for that to kick in?
Yeah.
Because we get a big gang war right here. It's just an absolute riot of a fight.
Henry's got a stick.
Oh, look out.
Stick fight.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this fight.
Yeah, Jacques just kicking motherfuckers to the ground.
Yeah, he's just axe kicking them. He's fucking crescent kicking them. He's kicking them round the house. He's back kicking them. He's side kicking them. He's kicking them up the dick.
Kicking them up the duff.
He's he is. Yeah. Frankie's just, you know, looking at his balls.
Martin forgets how a shotgun works and starts using it as a bat.
He does, yeah.
Yeah.
It's close combat.
Yep. Jacques makes a man smash a beer bottle into his own face and snaps
Yes,
his neck.
he
That's
does.
probably my favourite death of that.
I liked it, yeah. You get a snap leg on the fence, which is a lot more robust now than it was when they were climbing into the garden. Now you get people smashing over it and everything. It doesn't break.
I've no idea why Angel isn't firing his Uzi at anyone.
No, because he's a chicken shit motherfucker pussy asshole. That's why.
Yeah, thank you, Steve.
You know that.
You know that.
Yeah, he ain't nothing without that gun.
He's just sitting there shocked at it all, looking around like a villain from the 60s Batman fucking TV show.
Because it's a total melee. That's what he's saying in his head.
Jacques does the old tap on the shoulder to him.
Oh, yeah, it works, doesn't it?
It does. He turns around and shoots one of his friends dead who's behind him.
Yeah, he's a long way behind him as well.
Yeah.
It couldn't possibly be tapping him on the shoulder.
Yeah, it's the
from
guy
that distance.
It's the guy that helped him rape the mom, isn't it? And shoot the
like
it's him.
henchman number one, really.
Basically, yeah, he gets shot.
You see the guy fall over when he went to have a fight with Jacques?
Yeah, when he runs towards him, trips
over the other guy's feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Olivier Gruner helps him up and then beats the shit out of him.
Yeah, it takes his bandana off him.
I liked it, yeah.
Jacques, he then throws some dynamite into the lowrider, Jacques does. And Angel runs away, leaves his Uzi in the back there, and the car blows up. Blowing up the car stops the fight, and we get a one-on-one between Jacques and Angel.
We do, actually, because one of them draws a gun and Frank shoots him.
Yeah.
So one of them actually, I think Frank has now killed a man.
Yeah, he's got suppressing fire. He kills anyone that tries to intervene in the fight now. They fight for a bit, and by fight, I mean Angel lets Jacques beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, he's got a knife as well, hasn't he, Angel? But it's still no good, because he's against Jacques, and he's a kickboxing champion.
We get an around-the-house kick that floors Angel, and he's about to give him the...
he's got a spring-loaded foot, hasn't he? I like that, where he does like double kicks.
Yeah, I do like that, yeah.
That's quality. I've actually written...
To be fair...
Spring-loaded foot fuck.
He has got great double kicks to him, Olivier Gruner. The way he does that...
Yeah, I thought it was really, really good.
Yeah, he's about to KO Angel, give him the final death blow, when Henry shouts at him and motions to Martine.
Yeah.
He's standing there like fucking Bambi, with his fucking eyes wide.
Yeah, and he says, "This ends here."
This is ridiculous, this bit, to be fair. Jacques' like, okay, everyone promise not to intervene.
He says, we would settle this one-on-one. And then you get the overdubbed speaking of, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, sounds fair to me, homeboy, or whatever the fuck they say.
You say, Angel can't even fucking walk.
Yeah.
It's not the fairest, to be honest.
That's my note. When it turns up, Martin versus a pretty much half-dead Angel I've written.
He's fighting comatose.
Yeah. He says to the crowd that it's settled right here, one-on-one, and no one moves until it's over.
Yeah. What he doesn't say is there's no comebacks or don't shoot him immediately afterwards, but they all accept that they won't.
Yeah, he's like, that's fine by me, Holmes. And Martin kicks him in the balls, tackles him to the ground, Angel. And then they start having a little fucking...
In fairness, Angel does manage to punch Martin a few times,
he
considering he's pretty much disabled by now.
The fight does end with some of the weakest kicks, the most pathetic kicks.
They do look fucking awful, don't they?
Yeah, and Angel can't get up.
The gang can't believe it.
No.
They can't believe what they're seeing. They're all shocked.
They all leave after seeing Angel beaten. Henry fucks off to see his family. Dom and Ken go back to their bus to live happily ever after.
Holding hands.
Yes.
They do, actually. You get more voiceovers of people saying, nobody saw nothing, huh? Nobody saw nothing. And everybody just sort of like leaves.
Yeah.
Yeah. Frank, he's somehow already at home.
Yeah.
It took him fucking forever to get there, but he gets home very, very quickly. And the cops arrive. Angel's body prone on the floor. No one else around except Angel's car that's on fire. And the cops just can't figure out what's going on.
Yeah, we get the police helicopter spotlight on Angel as he's lying in the middle of the road.
And the camera pans away. It pans upwards, doesn't it? Like as if that is the helicopter view.
Yep. And we get the same amazing theme music.
Yeah, so good. You hear it twice.
And the film ends. What the fuck happened to Maria? What the fuck happened for the rest of it? Is that it? Now is everyone safe?
I guess so.
Yeah. The end.
The gang are men of their words. Don't you see? Except no one actually promised anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Angel's not dead. So he's not going to be happy.
No.
Yeah. Me and you are just living in the same bus that we were always living in. But now we're leaving Martine alone.
Poetic.
We're leaving Martine alone in case we one day become almost dead and then he comes and beats us up as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jacques probably just fucks off, completes his course, and then goes away somewhere else.
Yeah.
Henry just, he's lost all of his fucking life savings because his gym blew up. So he's got to go and pimp his wife out.
He finds out he actually is in a taxi service and it's just his normal car.
Yeah, but starts a taxi service when somebody gets in the back.
Lovely.
And asks him to take him downtown to Browntown. So he enjoys
fake
that.
Taxi.
So he enjoys that. And everyone's okay. Except Grandma, who's still dead.
Perfect. And so's his dick. He's still in France.
Frank's dead. Oh, sorry. I thought you said
Jack's dick.
Oh, yes, Frank's anus.
Oh, yeah, Frank's fucking anus and dick are fucked. But so's, that's probably why Jack's friends with him. They share a common dick.
Yeah,
death
dead dick
syndrome.
Scenario.
Yeah, dead dick scenario. Not to be confused with worst case Sicario.
No, 1 and 2 now available. We're ending that trilogy.
Is that why he doesn't have any romance in this, really? Because his dick's dead. Sure.
Frank, well, no, because I think his dick worked at the beginning, didn't it?
Oh, we don't know. We never see it.
No, but she knew who he was.
Well,
I think if you get the Blu-ray, you do see it.
Oh, yeah, because of the high def.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's an extended scene.
Well, that's I've heard.
Just his dick doing a little dance to Angel Town.
Go, you're my angel. You're my
I think that was what he said. Anyone for potatoes? That was, of course, by Shaggy.
Anyone for potatoes?
Anyone for potatoes?
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
What do you reckon then, Ken?
Fucking great film. I don't know what the point of it is. As you said, it doesn't really make much fucking sense at the end. But still, the fact that he beats a man to near death and then lets somebody fight him fairly, man on man, one-on-one fight to the obvious death, but still not, in fact, death. Brilliant.
Yeah. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I thought it was ridiculous.
It's fucking great fun, though.
But fun. I think Olivier Gruner is pretty terrible at acting. He's very good at fighting. But I just like the attempt to try and make this a sort of gritty film, not just about fighting, but about community and gang violence and taking responsibility for your actions and manning up. I like all that with the backdrop of this film. It's ridiculous. And one of the greatest bands ever put to film with the Hotheads.
Yes, well done to the Hotheads.
Yeah, definitely one of my favourites for sure. But no, Ken, I actually enjoyed it. I was a bit pissed off. It took an hour and 35 minutes to get to the to the fucking one line I was waiting for.
Don't start a film with balls.
That's true. Well. You have always said that.
Oh yeah, unless it's one of mine.
Well, yeah, that's true as well. So is this going in the bad movie cult?
I think it's got no choice but to go in, has it?
Got to, hasn't it?
I mean, it is funny in that sense that it's just fucking ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah, not many deaths in this either, is there?
Not really, considering they're all street gangs, and that was apparently it's the ghetto part of the neighborhood.
In the ghetto,
but no, it's just violence.
Yeah,
just non-stop threat of violence, and some would say, isn't that worse? Probably not, actually.
No.
But
Olivier Gruner, first up, first in.
Yeah.
Angel Town joins the bad movie cult.
Yes, très bien. Très bien, Olivier.
Are we pitching or we wait for the next one?
Nah, fuck it. Let's not pitch on this.
Fuck it.
Let's read Angel Town 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Angel's Revenge.
Yeah. Angels Town.
Angels Towns.
His brother turns up, also called Angel. Yeah.
Yeah.
In the town next door.
Well, there we go then. We're done. Angel Town is inducted. We've covered it. It's in the fucking bank. We've done it. Well done, Ken. Good recommendation.
Thank you very much. Enjoyed it.
Next time you see us, we'll be doing the bonus episode of films we've watched last month in April. Hopefully I live up to the fucking Ken's impossible standards that he sets for films that I watch. So join us for that and see if I do.
Dom's there watching Oscar-winning films, isn't he, out there like some la-di-da crazy man?
I don't know, but I have a feeling Lucas would have loved it, so I'm looking forward to his feedback.
Yeah, well, let's find out.
But then after that is the big one. It's our 100th episode, not including bonuses.
Celebrate good times, come on!
We're not including bonuses in that. It's just the main episode. It's our 100th episode, and to celebrate, we're covering the most requested fucking film since we started. At least once a fucking week we get, when are you going to cover The Room? We got downgraded in a review by a Swedish fuck for not having The Room in our repertoire yet. I would have given this 5 stars, but you haven't covered The Room, so here's 4. Cheers, mate.
Yeah.
But there we go. Now you can upgrade it to a 5 because next time will be The Room.
I'm sure he will, as soon as you've just called him a Swedish fuck. I'm sure he's still listening, thinking, I'll give these guys another chance.
But affectionately, Ken.
Oh,
An affectionate fuck. I know you never heard of them, but
I don't know what you're talking about.
So yes, The Room is we're going to end the month with The Room. So join us then. I hope you've enjoyed this one. We'll see you next time.
Yeah, stay out of trouble out there.
Angel Town got the strong sunshine. Angel Town, your life's on the line. Chased by a hungry hound. Ain't much mercy in Angel Town.
You may have good on your legs, but they sure didn't get your balls.